So one question that I get when I'm teaching childbirth class, probably every single time, is, can I sleep through contractions? Now, we're going to tackle this question today, and after that, make sure you stay tuned for some ideas about how to best get some rest when you are in labor and experiencing contractions. Now, if we haven't met in real life, my name is Alice Turner. I'm a doula, a childbirth educator, and on my channel, you're going to find videos about childbirth. So if that's your thing, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified the next time we put out a video. So can you sleep through the contractions? The real answer is yes and no. Let's talk about both. Yes, you can sleep through contractions. It is possible that contractions can happen in early labor, especially, that are light enough, that are far enough apart that you don't realize you are having contractions and you're able to sleep through them. Or maybe you realize you're having contractions, but they are so light that you are able to sleep through them. Another scenario might be that you are so exhausted that they are light enough that you're able to sleep through them. Yes is the answer. You can sleep through contractions. Now, what I don't want you to think is that it's likely that you can sleep through strong contractions. Strong contractions are very hard to sleep through. If you are home and you are laboring and you're having contractions and you try to sleep, what usually happens is people can fall asleep in between contractions and then wake up either when the contraction starts or when it builds up and has a peak. And then after that, they can fall back asleep. That's if you're really tired. So just sleeping through all of labor without any kind of pain management, an epidural, IV pain medicine, any kind of pain management, pharmacologic pain management tool, being able to sleep through all of labor is very unlikely. Very unlikely. But yes, sleeping through early labor where contractions are nice and light is possible. Now let's just think about this for a second. It's not just possible, but I'm going to say it's recommended because you're going to have a lot of contractions in labor. And if your labor is such that you have the ability to sleep through them because it's that light, it is great to keep that energy nice and high by sleeping, resting, keeping your body in a restful state during those early contractions is really recommended. Most childbirth educators and doulas recommend, especially first-time parents, try to get as much rest as possible in early labor. Small disclaimer about sleeping through contractions and whether or not we can ignore contractions and rest. If you've had a vaginal birth before, and also if you've had a fast birth before, you are likely to progress faster in your labor. So going back to sleep and getting rest when you're feeling contractions might not be your first priority. Make sure you talk to your care provider. In this scenario, you might not have as much time to rest and try to sleep through the contractions. So I'm speaking to you guys if you've had a vaginal birth before. When I say, no, you can't sleep through contractions, what I mean is that when contractions are strong, long, close together, it is fairly unlikely that you'll be able to get in a full sleep. And that means where you do not wake up during the contraction. Even if your body is fatigued, and even if you're extremely tired, even if you've been in labor a while, it can be hard to sleep through contractions. What is unlikely is that you will not wake up at all. So that's why I would say no, not possible to sleep through contraction. So sometimes people are worried that if they try to sleep in labor, that they're going to oversleep labor so much to the point that they wake up and the baby is coming out, or they don't have time to get to the hospital, or they're rushed to get to the hospital. Kind of like oversleeping an alarm, right? My alarm went off, but I didn't hear it. This is so very unlikely to happen when you are in actual labor. It is likely that you might sleep through some contractions that are super light, that probably aren't doing a ton of work on your cervix. That is likely. What is unlikely is that you're sleeping through those strong contractions that really make progress on opening, thinning, and dilating your cervix, and that you will have to wake up and rush to the hospital. That is just really unlikely. There are some tips and tricks that I would love to share with you so that you can get some good rest when you can in labor. For these tips and tricks, we are going to move to another location. Let's go. To have the most success with resting in labor, I recommend that you set up your resting environment. There are a couple of really great tools that you can have on hand to make the most out of resting. First of all, you want your water bottle, and you want a water bottle that is easy to drink out of. I really love this hydrant bottle with its really long straw because we can put it near our face when we are resting, and we can barely have to move to be able to drink our water. How easy is that? I also would recommend to have an alternative beverage nearby. So this might be your Gatorade, your Recharge, your coconut water, some other type of fluid that's going to help with your electrolytes and just bring another variety. Any type of cup with a straw and a lid can make drinking when you're resting easier. The next thing I recommend is to have your music on. So this is a little Bluetooth speaker that I have set up next to the bed, and we can put on some restful music, we can put on some white noise, anything that's going to make the environment more peaceful for sleeping. And next to that, we have a diffuser. So diffusers can be great for setting that calming, peaceful environment, just like you're going to get a massage at your spa. So diffusers can be used with different types of oils. I might suggest a lavender or a peppermint if you are trying to rest. Now there's one key ingredient to this setup that's really going to help resting, and that is we need more pillows. So by having a lot of pillows like we have here, we can create almost like a nest for laboring. You can lean on it, you can tuck them under your belly. If you have one of those awesome pregnancy pillows, those of course are great, or the big U-shaped pillows, use those as well. Use whatever you have. Partners, this is a great tool for you to help set up this resting environment. If she is laboring in the bathroom and you know rest might be right around the corner, make sure you get everything out. Make sure you get everything out, your diffuser, your water bottle, all of your beverages, your snack, your Bluetooth speaker, and get all of your pillows that you have so that she can find a good resting position. It will be worth the time to set this up and try to ease into it. When contractions come, try to breathe through them, stay in your restful environment. Try to avoid standing back up really quick and try to just keep in the restful position. It's going to feel different than standing or sitting or squatting, but it can be the key to getting some rest while you are in labor. Thanks for joining me for another video about labor and childbirth. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button or share it with a friend that might enjoy it as well. See you next time. Bye guys.